You guys love these name knit sweaters, so I'm going to just do a quick tutorial and teach you how to create your own. And don't worry if you've never ever picked up a stitching needle before, this is very, very beginner friendly. So to start, we're just going to freehand the name that we wish to stitch using our washable fabric marker that come inside your embroidery kit. You're then going to thread onto your needle approximately 1 meter of yarn. Now there's no need for any fancy knots here, you're just going to leave a little bit of a tail at the end of your needle. The stitch we're going to use for this is called the chain stitch. There are so many ways to do this stitch, but this is how I like to teach it. From your starting point, you're going to bring your needle up and leave a small tail underneath to tie off to. You're going to take your needle back down through the hole that you just came up from and leave a space of around 1/2 centimeter. Bring your needle up, wrap your yarn around your needle and pull through. This then will create your very first chain. We're then going to take our needle back down through the chain that we just created, and again leaving a space of around 1/2 centimeter, we're going to wrap our yarn around and pull through. And with our fabric marking there, we can keep on track nicely with our letter, and we're simply going to follow this process all the way around until we come to the end. At times you may need to turn the garment as you're maneuvering around your letter, and I would suggest as you're going around tight corners to make your chains just a little bit smaller. Now once we get to the end of our letter, we're just going to anchor down with a stitch. And now I'm going to show you how we connect two letters together. So I'm just going to go ahead and quickly stitch this A, and then I'm going to show you how I link my two letters to make them look a little bit more flush and a little bit more neat. So we're going to turn our garment over, and we've got this little tail that we used for when we anchored our S earlier. So we're just going to thread that back onto our needle, and then we're going to bring our needle up through the last chain that we created for our S, and we're simply just going to anchor it into our A. And you'll see here that once it's anchored, it just makes it look that little bit neater. So once this is completed, we're then going to turn our garment over, and we're just going to thread our yarn back through our work to our next available tail. In this case, I have a tail from when I'd stitched my A, and we're just going to tie those together in a triple knot. This will then keep your work nice and neat on the back. And that's pretty much it. Once you master how to do this simple chain stitch, you can make pretty much anything, like this gorgeous sweater for Sahas. Happy stitching!